All right, welcome back to another game of Precision Baseball. My name is Brian Haferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of Precision Baseball. And we are back with a new season of the game. And this is going to be the 2024 season. So I'm going to play test this using the 2024 World Series. So we got the Yankees at the Dodgers in game one. And this should be finished by the time, I don't think it'll be finished. I'll be finished play testing by the time pitchers and catchers report, but most likely by March 1st and spring training, the game should be available to go. So let's do a quick recap. The score is 3-1, New York over LA. After a flyout in the first, Juan Soto hit a wall scraper of a home run, got a high fastball, and took it out to left center field. Got it over the outstretched glove of Teoscar Hernandez, who wasn't able to catch it at the wall, and that was going to be a solo home run. Judge followed up with a wrap double off the center field wall, and then Giancarlo Stanton hit a lace job into left center field that Aaron Judge came around to score on, and that's been most of our scoring here. Alex Verdugo led off the fifth with a rip down the right field line, and that is accounted for the third run. For LA, Shohei led off the game with a wall scraper of a home run down the left field line, and that was just over the outstretched glove of Alex Verdugo. A good fielder, but he made it close, but he didn't catch the ball at the wall. He's followed up with a walk to Mookie Betts. Then tried to go to third on a single from Freddie Freeman. It was a single to left center field, and Freeman was like, "What the heck, man? I'll take off." And against Alex Verdugo, who has a 5 arm, he lost that race and got thrown out at third. Freddie Freeman tried to advance on the play as a trail runner to second base. He got thrown out at second for a very unusual double play, so 7-5-4 on the double play. Muncy followed up with a double. Will Smith had a double, and they stranded him. There's another double here by Freeman. They also stranded him. So Garrett Cole is on the mound, and Jack Flaherty is on the mound as well. Flaherty with a 6 left, Cole with 5. So we're about to get into the bullpens, I believe. We're starting the 7th inning. It'll be Austin Wells and Alex Verdugo, and then back to the top of the order with Gleyber Torres to the plate. So nothing has changed as far as gameplay with Precision Baseball. If you've never seen this game before, you can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com and check out Precision Baseball. It is a very detailed game, and you're going to see that here. We're playing at Dodger Stadium, so you can see our Dodger Stadium team card here that I'm using, and I'm using the hits for the detailed hits. So let's get into this one. Austin Wells is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Flaherty with a 32% strikeout percentage, 32.5. And first we look at our, I'm not going to go through the mechanics of the game, but I'll just very quickly remind you. We look at Austin Wells is batting left-handed, so Flaherty against left-handers is -3. Austin Wells against right-handed pitching is a +2, so -3 + 2 is -1. And that means that we say 10 - 1, which is 9. And so Austin Wells has a 1 to 9 chance to control the at-bat. We look on the D10 or D20 for that. That's a 3, so it's off of Austin Wells' card. And then we read these red, white, and blue, so 383. And then we look on Wells' card. He's facing right-handed pitching, and we look at 383, and that's going to be into his fly ball range. So we got a fly ball. We use our fly ball chart to see that it goes to second base. It's a pop-up to second base, and we got a 904. That'll be a catch. No error on the play. So we'll go P4. We've had quite a few pop-ups to second, which is odd, to say the least. Up next, Alex Verdugo. Verdugo's last at bat was a home run. He's 2 for 2 with a home run and a double. Pretty good production out of your number 9 hitter. Another lefty and another 1-9. So 302 off of Wells' card is going to be a fly ball as well. Flies hit out to left field and caught by the left fielder Hernandez. That's 2 down. For the pitchers, you get a -1 for every batters faced. You get an extra -1 for a walk, so basically -2 for a walk. And then the other doesn't count in this one. But if you have a strikeout, it's a +1. So -1 for batter face, +1. Basically, you don't move it. If there's a 1, 2, 3 inning, you get a +1. And then if there's a double play, then you get a +1. So that's how stamina works. It's a very dynamic system, and it's based off of average batters faced, but then also it's based off of the pitcher's performance in the actual game itself. So Gleyber Torres to the plate. This will come off Gleyber's card. He is 0 for 2. He does have a walk. 283 against a righty is going to be another fly ball. So Flaherty getting the ball up in the air. 0-1-1 will be a fly ball to the catcher as it's popped up to the catcher. 501 is going to be a catch. So a couple unusual ones. Pop up to the second baseman, pop up to the catcher, and that will end the inning. That's a 1, 2, 3 inning, so we're not going to move because it would be 1 for the batter, 1 for the 1, 2, 3 innings, so those kind of cancel each other out. You get the hang of that kind of stuff. It's little details like that. It's just a lot of things to remember. Just to let you know, we have a game play sequence chart. So basically it goes through the at-bat when different things happen. So if there's a home run off the batter card, what to do if it's just over the fence, you do a home run check, which we had a couple of those on the two, the Soto and the Ohtani home runs. How to handle hits off the pitcher card, hits off the batter card, double play, different kinds of double plays, stealing, base running, etc. So they're just there's there to help you remember. I got my ground ball chart over here. We're checking our errors with this chart on every single play. This is also base running. Grounded into double plays. If you need to do a range check or a rob home run check, this also goes with taking extra bases. So the game has a lot of detail. There's quite a few charts, but the reality is, you know, you're only going to use like these 3 base running charts. You're only going to use those if there are runners on base. You're not going to use them with no one on base. So that's probably about half the time you're not going to use them. The manager tendencies, basically I use that once a game just to put down I like to write out their manager tendencies on what they do with taking extra bases. And then if you have any, I don't use a lot of strategy. I tend to play a lot of modern style baseball. But you have all those squeeze bunts and hit and run and stuff like that if you want to use them. And then the highlight plays, those come in like very rarely. I mean, as highlight plays should come in. If you have a 3 of a kind on this first roll, then that's when that comes in. So bottom of the 7th, we go to 3-1 New York over LA. Garrett Cole's still out there. He's got a 5 stamina. We'll see if we need to visit the mound maybe to get him through this inning. Max Muncy to the plate. Muncy 0 for 1. He had a walk. Is that right? It's not Muncy. It's Enrique Kike Hernandez. So Kike is 0 for 1 with a walk. This is going to go off of Cole's card, a 996, almost a 3 of a kind. 996 is going to be a hit though. So on a hit, I'll roll all 4 of these on a hit off the pitcher card, because we're going to need to look off the batter card right here to see what he did. So 664. And that's going to be just into, on a right-hander, oh, it's just inside of his single range. So that's going to be a base hit, number 5. That's a rip off the wall in left field. He's just going to get a single off of it, though. So he hit it really hard. Another 3 feet, he'd have had a home run, but as it is, he hit it too hard and he has a single. So he's at first base, a 0 to steal, no real threat to steal. Next up is Will Smith. Smith doubled in his last at bat. He's 1 for 2. This will come off of Cole's card too. 529 smells like a strikeout. Against a righty, 529 is a strikeout. You get those 500 numbers for Cole, and you're talking strikeout there. So strikeout, we don't move the stamina. The idea is that strikeouts give you a little bit of a psychological boost, and so they don't wear you down as much as a walk does. 19, this is going to be off Cole again. 259. Against the lefty is going to be a fly ball. That goes to shortstop. So this is a pop up to short. 572 is going to be caught. So we'll go P6. There's no advancement from the runners on a pop-up to an infielder. And then Tommy Edman to the plate. Edman 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Cole with how many Ks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ks so far. This is going to come off of Tommy Edman's card. 780. Against a right-hander is going to be into his walk range. So Tommy Edman draws a walk. His first walk of the game. And we're going to come out and do a mound visit. That's going to give Gerrit Cole an extra +1. Need all you can get here at the top of the order. What happens if you go down to 0 is the pitcher has no ability to control the at-bat. You're rolling solely off the batter. So you really don't want that to happen facing a guy like Ohtani. If he's facing bottom of the order or some scrub bucket hitter, maybe you don't want to waste a mound visit. You'll just let him pitch and see how that goes. This is going to come off of the pitcher card, 852. That's not good. That's going to be a hit. You can see that's into his hit range, 809 to 1,000. We have a 171. 171 against a righty is going to be a single, and that's going to be a blooper down the left field line that Shohei Ohtani just deposits. And that we'll see what happens with Tommy Edman. Edman is a 0 runner, but LA is aggressive. So going first to third, down the left field line, that's going to be a hold. So left fielder gets to it quickly, and that's just going to be all there is. All right, so Ohtani didn't go yard and tie the game up, but Mookie Betts to the plate now. It doesn't get a whole lot better here. 1 to 14 for control, and this will be off Betts' card. 744. Oh, is just into his walk range. So we can't go out there and visit the mound again, because then we have to take them out. I think the Yankees, alright, this is a moment, right? Thought we could nurse them through. We got Freddie Freeman and Teoscar Hernandez coming to the plate. Sorry, this sheet doesn't want to stay. I think we gotta go to the bullpen, right? So let me take a look around at their bullpen and see what we got. All right, into the game is Dennis Santana, righty. He's -3 against lefties, -2 against righties. Against lefties, he pitched 15 in the third innings, 356 FIP, 35% K percentage, 11% walk percentage, which is a little bit high, so we'll see what happens here. He walks in a run, That's going to get LA within 1. He's facing Freddie Freeman. Needed somebody who could deal with Freeman, Hernandez, Muncy if he needed to be. Got a lot of good versus left-hander guys in there, but in the bullpen, not so many good against both. I don't want to burn Luke Weaver yet. That's their closer, so we'll see if Santana can hold it. Garrett Cole visibly angry as he came off the mound. 2 walks in the inning, and he went 6 2/3, giving up 7 hits, 4 walks and 6 Ks. So uncharacteristic walks, but you know, the Dodgers are no slouch here. So we got a roll here. This is a 13. He's facing off against Freddie Freeman, a -3. Freeman is a +4, so that makes him a +1. So 1 to 11 for control. So let's look him off the pitcher card. A 0-0-5 is going to be a grounder as Freeman pounds one into the ground. 246, that's going to go to the second baseman. And 319 will be a play made by the second baseman. So let's go ahead and run this. We've got our ground ball plays, and short of something strange happening, which it won't, 587. That is going to be a 4-3 put out to end the inning. So Santana comes in, gets the 3rd out, as Freeman grounds out to second base. Huge opportunity there as they're down by 2 runs. Could have tied it with a single. And we head to the top of the 8th inning. Jack Flaherty's still in the game. He'll face off against Soto, Judge, and Stanton. So let's see how he does here. Soto is 1 for 3. He got on via an error by the second baseman. Gavin Lux made an error in his last at bat. 15 is going to be a control by the pitcher. 777. We keep dancing around that 3 of a kind. 777 will be a walk to a lefty. So Juan Soto doing what Juan Soto does. Juan Soto-y things. Taking the walk. Aaron Judge to the plate. Got to be careful with Judge. So Judge is going to be a 1 to 11 for control. It's a 12. So off the pitcher, 243 is going to be a fly ball. Right at the edge of his fly ball range. 289. It's a fly ball to left. A possible error here, 119. The left fielder is Teoscar Hernandez. He's a -1. And it's a 136 to a 186. So no error on the play. It'll be a fly ball to left. Let's look and see about runner advancement. So we have our runner advancement chart here. Fly ball to left with a runner on first. 143. That's yellow, so that's my choice. So a deep fly ball to left, it's my choice whether he advances to second or not. His running rating is just a -1. And out in left field, we've got Teoscar Hernandez with a -2 arm. You know what? That's deep enough. Soto's going to try. He's going to try and push this. So the arm of Teoscar Hernandez is a -2. So that puts the onus on the outfield arm. So 31 to 100. He's going to get the runner at second base. Otherwise, Juan Soto is going to move up on a deep fly ball to left. A 926. You can see here that's in the red. Red means safe. And so Juan Soto advances on the flyouts. So Aaron Judge high and deep to left. Juan Soto could see that it was going to be caught. Made a good base running play. Brings up Giancarlo Stanton with a runner in scoring position. He's just a 1 to 5 to control the at bat. A 164 is going to be a fly ball, and this goes to 093. That's going to be a pop up to first base, caught by the first baseman Freeman, and that's not going to allow the runner to advance. So huge play there as Flaherty gets Stanton to pop up, got in on his fist a little bit, and he pops it up to Freddie Freeman. Jazz Chisholm Jr. to the plate. Let's go ahead and have a mound visit for Flaherty. Just give him that +1. And we got an 8. An 8 is going to be to Jack Flaherty. 477 against a lefty is a strikeout, and Flaherty with the fist pump as he gets Jazz Chisholm to strike out with a man in scoring position. Keeps the game at 3-1 and keeps LA in the game. Gets him through 8 innings. Impressive start for Jack Flaherty. We're going to have a new pitcher come out for the next inning, and we'll see if this middle of the order can get LA back into the game. All right, bottom of the 8th we go. 3-1 is our score. Dennis Santana still in the game. He's got 4 left on his stamina. He'll face off against Hernandez, Muncy, and Hernandez. Righty. He is going to be a 1-9 for control. So it's off the pitcher. 151 is going to be a grounder. It's a ground ball to third base. 227 is a pick and a good throw across the diamond. So that's Jazz Chisholm making the play on Teoscar Hernandez. Hernandez now over 4 in the game. Max Muncy, he's 1 for 3 with a double. He had a double on his first at bat. This is going to be a this is off the pitcher. 005 will be another ground ball as Muncy grounds it to the shortstop. No, he grounds it to the third baseman. 853 is no error as Chisholm moves to his left and makes a good play there. That should be 2 down. Remember, for every at-bat, we're supposed to move this 1. And Kike Hernandez to the plate. Hernandez is 1 for 2 with a single. This will come off Hernandez's card. 220 against a righty is going to be a fly ball that goes out to right field. And possible error on the play, 0-1-1, so that's how we read that. It's an 11. In right field we have Soto, who's an excellent fielder. He's a +1. 17 to 24, that's his error range. So we have an 11, just narrowly avoids the error. So that's going to be a fly out to right to end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Dennis Santana. We leave his stamina there. Probably going to replace him in the next inning. He's gone 1 1/3. But he puts up a 0. In fact, I know I'm going to replace him because it'll be Luke Weaver time, who is going to come in and try to get the save. So 3-1 is our score. The Yankees over the Dodgers. Remember in game one was the walk-off homer from Freddie Freeman, I think. So this game, as long as it stays tight, we got a chance here. Let me bring in a new pitcher for the Dodgers. All right, and the right play here is to go to Vesia. Alex Vesia into the game, lefty. He's a -3 against lefties, -2 against righties. He's going to have to face off against Rizzo, Volpe, and Wells. So left, right, left in the lineup. He relieves Jack Flaherty. Flaherty 8 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 2 walks, 7 Ks, no hit by pitch, and faced 32 batters. The door is also closed on Garrett Cole. 6 2/3, 7 hits, 1 run. That was earned. 4 walks and 6 Ks. So both starters out of the game now, and Alex Vesia looking to hold down the bottom of the order here. Anthony Rizzo to the plate is 0 for 3. He struck out in his last at-bat. Vesia good against lefties, -3. Rizzo is a 0 against left-handed pitching, so he's a little better against righties. That makes him a 1-7 for control. So this will come off of the batter card. Rizzo 0-23. A 23 is going to be a ground ball. And that goes to second base as he pulls it to second. Chance for an error here, 102. The second baseman is Gavin Lux. He's a -4, not a great fielder. 136 to 186. This is going to be a 102, so he's going to make the play at second base, no problem. And that'll be out number 1. As Vesia gets Rizzo to roll over a ground ball, hits it into the hole, but Gavin Lux makes a nice play. Anthony Volpe to the plate. Volpe is a 1-9 for control. So this will come off the pitcher. 832 against a righty is a walk. So that's never the direction that you want to go. And so that takes him down to a 1. And that'll bring Austin Wells to the plate. With a runner at first, let's see if Vesia can get the ground ball. His ground ball rate, just 26%, sorry, 16% against lefties. So the odds are he's going to have a fly ball here. This will be against a lefty, a 1-6 for control. So this will be off the batter, 385. Here's a line drive. Yep. A liner to right field and caught on the line in right field. So we'll say L9. As the right fielder Betts makes the catch, let's check out any runner advancement. We have the same runner advancement on line drives. And right field, first base, it's all going to be up to me. I mean, Anthony Volpe runs at a 1. The right fielder is Betts. His arm is just a 0. So let's see if he even gets a chance. 886. Right field, first base, 886 is going to be in the red. So no chance to move up anyway on that low line drive as Betts makes the catch. So Austin Wells will be out number 2, and that's going to bring up Alex Verdugo. Come out and have a mound visit. We'll give him that +1. Just give him the opportunity to get out of this. 2 outs, runner at first. And Vesia needs to keep it here to give LA a chance. They're down by 2 runs here in the top of the 9th inning. -3 and a +2. Verdugo good against both righties and lefties. So that makes him a 1-9 for control. This off the pitcher. 031 is a grounder. You can see only 1-73 for ground balls, 1-100 basically. He's more of a fly ball pitcher. So if you had a runner at third, probably don't want to bring, and less than 2 outs, you don't want to bring Alex Vesia in. That's how you have to kind of begin. You have to really begin to think like a manager, looking at what each player has done, because those percentages are typically what's going to happen, or at least it gives you the greatest percentage to know what's going to happen. His fly ball rate is 74 to 398 against lefties, so he's gonna induce a fly ball to a left-handed hitter more than likely. What is that? That's 32% of the time against a lefty. 73% of the time. Sorry, he's gonna induce a fly ball, so of some sort. But fly ball percentage here, just to know, fly ball percentage includes hits as well. So any trajectory of ball. So these two don't line up, right? So that's going to be 32%, but it says 73%. But that's because of all the line drive, the hits, the flyouts, the home runs, any hit, anytime the ball was hit at a particular trajectory. So the reality is he's going to give up a fly ball most likely. And I've totally forgotten where I was. So we're going to go with this as our roll. I think he induced a fly ball. 442, we'll call that a 442, which is to left field. And the ball is caught in left field. So that ends the inning. Not a 1-2-3 inning. But Vesia gets Verdugo before everything turns over to the top of the order. 2, 3, 4. That's really where you're going to get in trouble with the Yankees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is where you're going to get in trouble with the Dodgers. But We don't have that coming up. In fact, if the reliever, Luke Weaver, can get them through this inning with a 1-2-3, they won't have to face that top of the lineup at all. So we're going to put Luke Weaver into the game. He was the closer. We don't have any save statistics on here, but 31.5% K rate. Santana goes 1 1/3. He gives up no hits, no runs. Excellent outing for him. No walks, no Ks. He faced 4 batters and had a nice. He's in line for a hold for sure. So Luke Weaver has a stamina of 5. That's his average batters faced. He'll face off against Will Smith, Gavin Lux, and Tommy Edman. I believe all right-handers. Edman may be a switch hitter. Oh, Lux is a lefty. Edman will be batting left-handed. So against righties, 379, 43 innings. Against lefties, 285 fifth. And we're into the 9th inning. Bottom of the 9th we go, 3-1. LA needs something to happen for them here. Got to get a bloop, got to get a blast, something. Luke Weaver against a righty is going to be a 1-9. 239 or 236 is a fly ball. 0.99. That fly ball goes to first base as he pops it up. And no problem at first base for the Riz. And that's going to be a P3. So a little waste of a bullet there with Will Smith. But tough pitching does that to you. Gavin Lux to the plate. Lux is a 1-9 as well against Weaver. So this comes off the pitcher card. 496 against the lefty. Oh, that's going to be a strikeout. So everyone on their feet cheering the Dodgers on here. Hoping that Tommy Edman can get on base or just do something good. Edman will be a lefty, so this is going to be a 1-6 for control for Tommy Edman. This is off the pitcher card. A 586 doesn't sound good. And that's going to be a strikeout to end the game, and the Yankees are going to take game 1. By a final score of 3-1. And let me put you on hold for a second. I'll come back with the game totals. All right, and we are back with the totals. It is a 3-1 victory for New York over Los Angeles. Only 1 run scored past the first inning. Big first inning, though. Juan Soto with a solo home run to start off his World Series. Remember, he just was crazy out of his mind the last time he was in the World Series with Washington. And he was quite a bit younger, although he's still quite young. But, yeah, he steps up in the big moments, typically. Aaron Judge with a double and Giancarlo Stanton followed with a single, an RBI single. And then we had a home run for Alex Verdugo in the 5th. That accounted for the Yankee runs. On the pitching side, Garrett Cole, 6 2/3, 7 hits, 1 run, 4 walks and 6 Ks. That's enough to get him a win. Dennis Santana, 1 1/3 shutout ball. And Luke Weaver comes in for 1 inning. Gets 2 out of 3 batters to strike out. And he's going to take home his first save of the series. Jack Flaherty takes a tough luck loss. And that's about as tough luck as you can be. 8 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks and 7 hits. Vesia comes in for a scoreless 9th. And this game, a well-played, well-pitched game all throughout. So 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors for New York. 1 run on 7 hits and an error for Los Angeles. The error did not hurt them. So they just couldn't cash in any of these 7 hits along the way. They had opportunities here. Leadoff double from Max Muncy. Couldn't even get him. I wound up with first and second and nobody out and couldn't get anybody home. Leadoff double here in the 5th from Will Smith. Couldn't get him around. Leadoff or 1 out double here for Freddie Freeman. Couldn't get him around. They wound up with a leadoff single from Kike Hernandez. They had runners as far as they had the bases loaded. I don't know if I missed something there. They had the bases loaded and they missed on this one. And then it looks like it should be, so a single, walk, single, should be 1 right there. So they should have gotten a run there on this walk. So I did miss that one. So 3-2, even better. And so this is 2. Okay, have to make that adjustment. 3-2. This should have been a run here. So you get a single. I'm looking and I'm like 4 guys on base and no runs scored. That's not possible. So that should be 1 run scored on this Mookie Betts RBI. He walked twice in the game, by the way. Freddie Freeman 2 for 3, 2 for 4. And then we got to the 9th inning. It got shut down by Luke Weaver. So I did miss on that one, but yeah, this is Precision Baseball. And again, you can pick up 2023 and 2003 at clarkandaddisongaming.com. This will be available soon, probably, I'm thinking by at least mid-March, maybe sooner than that. You can also pick up a new season of Play Action Football 1984, a new season of On Base Baseball, the Pocket Edition is available. 1972 has been published, and so you can go and get that from the Game Crafter. I'll put the link in the description below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, but you like what I'm doing here, and you want to support the work that I'm doing here at the Clark and Addison Gaming Company, just give the click on that subscribe button. If you like this video, you can also just click that thumbs up. That's super helpful for the algorithm to consider this to be good content and show it to more people. If you like Precision Baseball, you can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com, pick up those seasons. If you want to join the Facebook group, go to Facebook groups, look up Clark and Addison Gaming Company, answer a few questions, agree to the group rules, and I'll be happy to let you in. There you'll be able to download all sorts of free game files in the files section. So some of them are games that I've not published, I've just kind of put them out there. Sometimes it's game resources, sometimes it's I have 2 basketball demos right now that you can download, full season demos. So Top of the Key is a full gameplay game, and has a unique system where you can choose different plays to run each time down the floor, trying to get the ball to different types of players, different positions. And so that's a really fun one. 1997-98, great season. I remember it very fondly. I was keeping up with everything back then. You know, that would have been freshman, sophomore year of college. So definitely paying attention. That was rookie year for my boy Tim Duncan, and so love to have that Duncan and David Robinson and Avery Johnson into the mix. So that was a fun season for the Spurs, and a great season. You get all the wonderful players from the late 90s, early 2000s are in that set, and you can play that season completely free. You get up to 15 players per team, and substitute people in, do all that kind of stuff. So full play game. And then the second game is called AIG Basketball. It's an AI generated basketball game, and so I worked with the AI. It created the original mechanics for the gameplay, or at least for the mechanics, and then I just kind of worked back and forth with the AI to create the game that you see there now. But a lot of it was done by the computer coming up with a concept, and then I was just working with the computer to try to like massage that concept into a game that made some sense and could be formalized and that kind of thing, so that I can create cards and stuff like that. So the cards are there. You get 3 seasons to try out: 1971-72, 1985-86, and 2007-2008 NBA. All those in the NBA. If that turns out well, and I've gotten good feedback on it so far, I do plan to create a bunch of seasons for that one. Top of the Key, I can do the same as well. I haven't heard quite as much feedback from that, and so we'll see. But I've got a lot of people downloading. It's I don't know, probably 100 downloads, almost 100 downloads of AIG basketball. So hopefully some of those people will get back to me if that's you and you've downloaded it and you've tried it, and you want to give me some feedback on the game. You can let me know at clarkandaddisongaming@gmail.com. Just send me an email, or you can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com, go to the contact section, and you can send me an email through the contact form. Either of those ways is acceptable. If you ever have issues or problems on the website, you can contact me through that contact form, and I'll get right back to you. Sometimes within minutes, sometimes within hours, usually within a day, I'll get back to you. And if you want to download AIG basketball, it's on the website as well in the free section. Lots of things to download in the free section and try out and get a sense of, what I'm doing here. Precision Baseball doesn't have a free demo. It's only $12, and you get upwards of like 1,800 player cards. And these are the player cards. You can see them. You can get all these players here. I just have the ones who are on the active roster for the postseason. So there's a bunch of players over here. All these players were on the team. They just didn't make the postseason roster, so you get all those guys as well. And anybody that got an at-bat, anybody that got into the game as a pitcher and pitched against one batter's faced, got carded. So it's a lot of players. And you get every stadium, you get every player, and you get all the charts, including this chart to help you deal with fatigue and that kind of stuff. You get all the highlight plays, which we didn't have any highlight plays. We got real close a few times, but the highlight plays happen on different things like fly balls, ground balls, line drives, strikeouts, walks. There are different types of plays. So if you're not seeing any wild pitches, or you're not seeing any drop third strikes and stuff like that, they're in the highlight plays. So you get that whenever you roll a three of a kind on this first roll. So yeah, the first roll is the D20, and then whatever that first roll is, if it comes up as a 3 of a kind. So if you had a 222, and that was, this was your first roll, that would go off the batter card. You look at 222, you would see it's a fly ball, and that would be a highlight play. And you would just sort of shift from here over to the highlight plays, roll again to see what the highlight play was for a fly ball, and then resolve the play that way. So highlight plays are not completely unusual plays, although sometimes they're extremely rare, like it's only happened once in the history of baseball. And then some of them are just more uncommon plays. That's a good example here. So a one-hop rocket, he has the ball, long throw, is up the first baseline. The first baseman applies the tag, and he's safe, so the batter avoids the tag. So that's not a wholly uncommon play in baseball, but it's an unusual play. It doesn't happen all the time. So that's a good example. All right, so go out and get this game. Again, 2024 will be out soon, and we'll get that rocking and rolling. so you can play last year's games. Thank you, everybody, for the support that you've given. Like I said, tons of downloads for AIG basketball. Go and check it out. It is quick and fast to play. It plays with 2d6 dice and plays very quickly. I also put out a post yesterday that I'm working on some different other seasons and things like that. One interesting game that I'm working on is a career mode baseball game, where it's kind of high level GM, owner, GM, financial system kind of stuff. And it's going to be very rudimentary and just use 2d6 dice. But I think it's going to be, I hope it's going to be fun and interesting to play. I'm sort of working my way through the off-season system right now and how that's going to look and play. I haven't played a game of it yet. I've only played out the baseball games. So I have a 16 league set up. You can create your own teams, create your own players, create your own owners, and all the different stuff just by using D6 dice. I've been inspired by Jason Flash Football here on YouTube. It's a game that I've wanted to make for a very, very long time. But just seeing how he has done his financial system and setup has sparked some ideas. And I'm going to take mine probably a little bit deeper than what he has done with his Big Country Baseball. But I like the way that it's kind of easy to build things off of that 1-6 system. So it should be interesting. There's going to be players retiring. There's going to be a draft. There's going to be free agency. You'll have a marketing team that you have to hire, and they're going to help you with attendance, and they're going to help you in recruiting new players. Your stadium is going to have an effect. Your owner is going to have an effect. Like, part of the off season is sitting down with the owner and kind of hashing out what happened and how much money am I going to get for the new year. And so I think it's going to lead to some interesting things. I could see it going on for a very long, however long you want to, or if you want to set like a 4-round limit, and you could play with others. And just have multiple people to do that. If you played with others, you could play out a more full season. I'm just doing a home and home round robin style season. So there's each team plays. So there's 5 other teams. They play 2 games apiece. They play 10 games. So each team plays 10 games. And so where are you after 10 games? And then you can have a playoff and stuff like that. So, your record matters. Your manager matters to your record and to how the team performs on the field. Everything matters. So everything sort of figures into the game in these intricate little ways. And improving and pulling a lever here or there, or if you lose a star player and he gets replaced by a guy who's he's a 6 and he retires, and then he gets replaced by a guy who's a 2. You've lost 4, and so that has a huge difference in your team. So the players that you bring in, the players that you draft, and it's a little bit team building. And so the better you make all the parts of your team, including your management, the better it goes. But also, it's a little bit of luck because you're still rolling the dice to see. So it works just like you would think in free agency. Teams that don't have a lot of money can attract really top free agents. So you can't get a 6 player if you don't have very much money, or if your stadium is not very good, or there's a combination of different things. And if that number is not very high, then you're not going to attract the top level free agents. So maybe the best you could do is a 3 or a 4, which is very much like, if you're the Pittsburgh Pirates and you're trying to get top tier players in, they're just not going to get them in there just because there are certain things that are against them that aren't against the Yankees. So it's very interesting how that works. But then the draft is this place where you have an opportunity, right? You can get a 6 player in your draft if your player development is good. But if your player development is crappy, if your GM is not good, then you don't have that opportunity to be able to bring in that top tier talent. But if your player development is good, you can develop players all along And so how do you want to build your team? Do you want to build your team because you have a lot of money? You can build it through free agency. If you don't have a lot of money, you're going to have to focus on the draft and player development and marketing and kind of doing the secondary things really well. So it's super interesting, just walking through and creating the rules and the charts and all that kind of stuff for it. That's been a very interesting part. And I think I'm finished finally with all of that. So I'm ready to begin kind of testing out how things work. And then I'll have to see how it works whenever you create a team. There'll be a little bit different process. I'll create these 6 teams and I'll provide them for you to use. They'll be pre-filled and I don't have any cards printed out right now. I can't show you, but if you're on Facebook, part of the group, then you can see that post and you can see one of the team cards with the players on it. I just went through like a random name generator and just put their names in there of the players. And so kind of fun. You can come up with your own names, or you can put your own beer league in there, or whatever you want to do. So really fun stuff. You can put your friends, I guess you could put your friends into the game, and you find a 6-rated pitcher who's in his prime, and you could put your own name in there, and you could be a part of the game as well. That might be a lot of fun. So I'll continue to work on that and test that. I'm going to really test that behind the scenes and make sure that all the mechanics work, and that the off season runs as smoothly as it should, and that the numbers, because I'm just guessing at what the numbers should be in the charts, and I've had to do a little massaging on the runs per game to make sure that it's not, every game's not 12 to 10, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So pitching matters, batting, every part of the game matters to some other part of the game, because everything is sort of pitted against each other, or you combine different numbers together to get a larger number, and the bigger the number, the better your odds are of doing something really good. So it should be a fun strategy game that it's a little bit Euro game, but it's going to have the feel of a kind of a traditional dice baseball game. So hopefully that will be a nice little crossover piece, because you're going to be able to build your team in different ways, just like you would in real life. I think that's one of the strengths of the Euro game model, is that you can win the game in multiple different ways, focusing on different things. And so maybe you're using your opponent's strengths, and that would normally be your weakness, but you can use their strengths as your weakness, and their weaknesses as your strength. So you can kind of shape and manipulate how you move through the game, and then the game will be always evolving, because players are always going to be getting older, and rookies are always going to be coming in with rookie status, but you're going to continue to lose players off of your team. So you're going to have to continue to replace players through the draft, through free agency, and you're going to have to continue to build on your team through your management as well. And the owner, how much you make, how well your team does, is going to increase or decrease your financial situation. And then your owner is a type, and so what he requires for you to meet to get more money, to build the team, to do different things, is going to be a little bit different as well. So I think it's going to be a super dynamic game, where no 2 games is going to be the same. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. So I'm not going to finish. I'm not going to not do everything else, but I'm really excited about the direction. It's the first time I feel like I have some direction on doing a career mode game. So if you stuck around this long, that's a little nugget that you get. All right, so the Dodgers go down 0-1. New York leads this series 1-0, as they take game 1 3-2 over the LA Dodgers. And game number 2 will come up at some point. I started this one offline just because I didn't want to wait, and I didn't think I'd have a whole lot of time to be able to do a video. So maybe this will be the same thing, where I need to just start one offline and then I'll finish it up on the video as well. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below. Always love to hear. your feedback about this game or anything in general. You can also email me at clarkandaddisongaming.com. You can get any of my games at clarkandaddisongaming.com. Sorry, the email is clarkandaddisongaming@gmail.com. And then you want to connect on Facebook, that's a primary way to do that as well. All right, I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.